Lauren Spierer is what they call in the South a tiny little thing. Just 4 feet 11, 90 pounds. But even tiny people do not just vanish. And yet Lauren did. Last time anyone admits seeing her was 4:30 in the morning of June 3rd, 2011, near the campus of Indiana University in Bloomington. Lauren had just finished her sophomore year there. She was studying fashion. She had been drinking that night, a whole bunch. She wasn't wearing her shoes, and she didn't have her phone with her either. And in the almost 13 years that have come and gone since then, the anniversary is next Monday, police and Lauren's family, private investigators, all of them, determined reporters too, have come up with exactly nothing that can explain what happened to Lauren. But no one is giving up, especially my next guest. I want to bring in Shawn Cohen. He's an investigative reporter who's been on the story for 13 years. He's written a book about Lauren. It's called College Girl Missing, the true story of how a young woman disappeared in plain sight, which is in bookstores as of today. Shawn, thanks so much for being on with me. First, can I just say it is so rare when a reporter stays on a story for 13 years. What is it about Lauren's story that just had you gripped for this long?
I kind of think you have to go back 13 years. I was the hometown investigative reporter for her newspaper in Westchester, New York, and I got a call from her friend saying that she was missing, and we put that up. And a couple of days later, I hit the ground in Indiana, and I met the Spieres for the first time as I was digging into the case, and I was uncovering some details about her night, about the drugs that were in play, and that she was out with a guy who wasn't her boyfriend, and her parents, and I hit it off in a very bad way, I would say. They were angry. They wanted the investigation left to the police, but as the investigation went cold, they started talking to me, and then when they went back to New York without her, we continued to stay in touch, and we had developed a really good bond, a strong bond where we talk about each other's lives and also about the case. So I approached them a bunch of years ago, saying that I really wanted to go at this in a much bigger way, and they agreed to open their investigative files to me, and that really got me started.
Well, there's been a lot of back and forth then, because as I understand it, you've been able to discover things that the police didn't know and that the family didn't know. And so for the mutual sharing, it's really working out in terms of finding leads and maybe moving this case forward, isn't it?
Right. I think all these years later, to take a fresh look at everything that was gathered by the private investigators and read it all together and contrast the statements, how certain persons of interest, their statements evolved. You see a bigger picture of that night, and it's important to tell that story. And so I revisited key players, and for the first time, they decided to open up and share what actually happened. They were very closed off in the early days, and eventually I worked my way back to the last people to see her alive, and confronted them.
Okay, so let's talk about that. I've got a list in front of me, and the names might not mean a lot to viewers, but if you can walk me through the roadmap of these folks. The last people who apparently were seen with Lauren, and it is a bit weird that they're not suspects today, but first is a guy named Corey Rossman. Bit of a rivalry, as I understand it, between Corey and Lauren's boyfriend for her affection. He was apparently seen on video making cell phone calls while Lauren was sort of slumped over drunk on a curb. What's the story about Corey Rossman?
Well, Corey Rossman met Lauren 4 days earlier at the Indy 500. It's like the largest tailgate party of the year. Lauren's boyfriend was out of town, and Corey met her, and they were talking, and there were drugs. And upon leaving there, he told one of her close friends that he was very interested. He wanted to, he was kind of crude in talking about how he wanted to sleep with her. So flash forward to the night she went out partying. She had a choice whether to meet up with her boyfriend, who was reaching out to her, and this guy, Corey Rossman, who was up the street at a pregame. And she decided to go out with him. So To boil it down, they went out toward the end of the night. She was stumbling, falling, and there were, what I learned from reaching out to former investigators who were involved in the investigation, was that the last sighting of her on video was she was collapsed on a stump, and Corey was standing there making a phone call, 3 a.m. In this crisis moment, he made a phone call. So obviously that became a focus of my reporting, is who did he call?
Yeah, and before I sort of go all the way down the rabbit hole, it's intriguing that Corey doesn't want to talk to you, and that Lauren's boyfriend apparently wants $100,000 to talk. I mean, it just sounds really shady. I hope you and I can stay in touch, because something tells me that with your book and with all the light that you've been able to shine on this, there could be some real movement and some serious questions, and maybe people being brought in for questioning. Can't thank you enough for doing this, Shawn Cohen. Thanks for writing the book, too, and thanks for being so dogged in your reporting.
Thank you very much.
Again, Shawn's book hits shelves today, College Girl Missing, the true story of how a young woman disappeared in plain sight. And Lauren's parents are continuously updating the website, findlauren.com. It's got a lot of pictures, background details, and ways that you can get in contact with them if you have any helpful information. Again, it's findlauren.com. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.